Yeah, I think my mic is on now. Great, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It's, as an entrepreneur, nice to get a round of applause sometimes because, yeah, as an entrepreneur, I think many recognize you have to be the only one for yourself to applaud. So this is a nice shake-up sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a keynote about EstateX. Why we are the next big thing, the next authority in RWA. And I will explain why. Because EstateX is an all-in-one RWA hub, and we'll go into details about everything, all the institutional partnerships that we have, the family office backing, the co-founder of Tether, who is our lead investor, and the whole ecosystem with the white label technology that we provide to banks, governments, institutions, our all-in-one investment platform, our great team, and much, much more. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let's speak for a little minute about tokenization and the benefits that tokenization bring. Because as many might have heard, tokenization shakes up financial markets. And they know it's the next big thing within traditional finance. The question is just, how is it utilized at the moment? And is that done in the right way? And we see a lot of RWA projects not really doing it the right way. But as all institutions are now getting into tokenization, it solidifies the fact that it is the next big thing. People know that tokenization is the next big thing. It's not for nothing that BlackRock obviously works with companies like Securitize and offers tokenized funds. So many institutions and all the researchers confirm that it is the next big thing. And obviously tokenization brings a lot of benefits, but it needs to be utilized in the right way. Things like 24/7 tradability. Obviously traditional stock markets are only traded during weekdays, but with tokenization you're able to tokenize RWAs, put them on the blockchain, and make sure of the 24/7 tradability together with the liquidity aspect of it. But how is it utilized? That is the big question. Now, EstateX has a very solid team, and we've been building this for over 5 years. I'm the co-founder together with my other co-founder. We started this in the Netherlands 5 years ago. And our CEO is actually Steve Craggs, who is the former CEO of Remax England and Wales, which is one of the biggest property brands in the world. The man has billions of dollars of real estate deals under his belt, decades of experience. The beautiful thing about that is that he's able to get these market opportunities that no one else is able to get. For example, take our first property offering that we did, which was a huge success and sold out in just 5 minutes. That one was a TUI holiday resort unit managed by one of the biggest holiday brands in Europe, like I said, TUI. We were able to get that below market valuation. So it was a valuation that we got it 10% below, being able to offer that to our investors, where they already earn against the instant capital appreciation. And at the same time, we got the rental income paid upfront for 3 years, locked into a smart contract to make sure that our investors are safe-kept of their investment and their money. Now, furthermore, we got former fund managers in Luxembourg, like Ron, Graham, who's a former European Central Bank CBDC developer. We got Michael Gord, he's the CEO of GDA Capital, who has billions of OTC deals and a huge corporate network, huge with family offices. Rainer, who's the former CEO of a German bank who got banking licenses, but also the former CEO of Bitcoin.de, a German crypto trading marketplace where over 100 institutions made use of. He's provided billions of deals for things like family offices, institutions, and much more. I can go much more in depth about the team, but to not bore you and to not take too long to there, it is a testament to the experience that we have, which is absolutely needed in RWA. Because we see a lot of RWA projects just popping out of the ground and think that's an easy doing. We just launch a token, we build a community, and then we'll see how it goes after. But RWA needs to have the complete legal framework and everything else. It basically needs years and years of foundation and proper backing before you're able to make this sustainable and successful. And the key team is a key part of the success in that. Now, regarding our backing, we have as our main advisor and lead investor, Brock, who's the co-founder of Tether. Tether, as you obviously know, USDT, the most traded digital currency on earth. He is a billionaire. He's the pioneer of the first ICO worldwide. He's an investor in a lot of successful, almost unicorn companies, and has raised over $4 billion. He's also been in the race for the 2020 US presidential election. He didn't get there, but it solidifies his position as the context that he has. What is he able to do? And it's absolutely massive. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I wake up at 4 in the night and I look at my phone, and I wake up because my phone is ringing, and I'm like, who is this? And I'm getting pissed already. But then it's Brock, and I'm like, okay, it's Brock. And he comes to me and he calls and he has all kinds of ideas, and he says like, oh Bart, we could do this and we could tokenize that, and I can set you in contact with this guy. And yeah, it's great. It's great to have someone with his experience, his wealth of context, and the amount of things that he's doing behind the scenes and helping us solidify with is absolutely amazing. So a little bit more about our main advisors. Obviously Brock, Brian, we got some former fund managers and current fund managers as well in places like Luxembourg, which we're operative in, and a lot more. Now, some of our influencers, because we have a sort of Web3 arm, and you could say Web2 arm, which is digitized, which is our investment platform. I'll get into that in a bit, but some of our Web3 influencers, we have some of the biggest names in the space, and the beautiful thing about this is that, a lot of KOLs currently are not investing anymore. They're only accepting token deals for promotion. But one of the things that we're proud of is that everyone on this list had actually made an investment into us and into our token, getting their skin in the game. And let's move on to the traffic and the value stats. So we have raised over 4.5 million across of our pre-sale rounds before we went on to making revenue, solidifying the position that we can build all the white label technology that we're now distributing to governments and institutions, the investment platform that we have, the biggest community in tokenized real estate that we've built with over 230,000 people on the whitelist. We have over 220,000 X followers. We have over 200,000 accounts created on our investment platform. We have over 70,000 people on our Telegram with 1,000 messages a day. It's getting quite busy and quite hectic in there. We did a 30x on launch day with our payment and utility token, which I will go into in a bit. It was one of the most successful launches of the summer, where we listed on Kraken, HTX, MEXC, currently stabilized around a 4x. We got one of the highest stake communities, the highest stake ICO in crypto, where we have over 55% of our pre-sold tokens locked and staked for an average of 7 years, significantly reducing sell pressure and massively fitting into our long-term plan. Even our investor base is completely aligned with that, our 21,000 token holders. Our first property that we sold out in just 5 minutes, which was a testament to what we're building. Now let's get into the actual ecosystem. And let us start off with the EstateX investment platform, where we're revolutionizing the investment platform, because fractionalization, the idea of fractionalization, just selling part of an asset, is not necessarily new, right? You could invest into a REIT or into a crowdfunding platform where you have a sell date, or you could invest into government bonds, for example. So that idea not necessarily is new, but what is new is the way that EstateX is doing it, with things like liquidity, payment cards, where you can actually pay with your real estate investments, instant loans, and much more. We'll go into that right now. So first of all, LaunchX, which is our primary marketplace. And LaunchX, you're able to log into the platform and see the hottest real estate deals sourced by our CEO, Steve Craig's former CEO of Remax, firsthand. We're able to log into the platform and swipe through the different buildings like it's a remix between Tinder and Amazon. And within a couple of clicks, you can just be a real estate investor. So we basically have the familiarity of something like Tinder and Amazon, where the average individual, who doesn't want to know about wallets, who doesn't want to know about the blockchain and the whole backend. We basically make the platform so simple that it's on the front end, just like you're ordering something from Amazon. And that's all done via LaunchX. Now, at the prop exchange, this is where the liquidity part comes in. Because a lot of real estate tokenization or investment platforms in general, you can put your money in, but how do you get your money out? And sometimes you also do not want to wait 3 years before you're able to access your investment again. So we have the secondary marketplace where we're officially licensed to be able to operate this, and we can offer 24/7 tradability of your fractionalized tokens, of your fractionalized investments. Through a market maker, we're always able to match buy and sell orders to make sure that you always have an instant exit option. I do not recommend this investment strategy, but theoretically, what you could do is invest tomorrow and sell the day after. Doesn't really make sense for real estate, but theoretically, you have that option. TokenizedX is where we work with a lot of investment portfolios and also with governments. Me and my business partner, after Token 249, we're flying to the UAE where we have a meeting with the government where we're working on tokenization projects together. So this is our white label solution, all-in-one tokenization for you, where we also deliver asset management platforms, white label technology, the smart contracts that we have ready, and much more. Now, Capital X is where it gets interesting, because with Capital X, we basically offer debt and loans against your real estate assets. So that basically means that the leveraging purposes of which the rich and the actual property portfolio owners make use of, the average individual is now able to get that, right? Which normally isn't the case, but you're able to put your real estate tokens up as collateral to get a loan against that and to make sure you leverage your portfolio and actually use good debt, how the rich make more money with. Now, EstateX Pay is where the liquidity part gets very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because EstateX Pay is where we basically completely gap the bridge between liquidity and illiquidity in traditional assets. With EstateX Pay, we're able to give out EstateX branded payment cards. We have a partnership with a tier 1 card provider, which we're going to announce very, very shortly. But that card, you're able to actually pay with your real estate investment. So that basically makes it possible for you to invest into real estate, earn the capital appreciation, at the same time earn the rental income, but also being able to go to the grocery store and actually do your groceries with your investments. And that has never been done before and completely solves the issue and basically changes the perspective on how to manage your finances. Because if you leave your money on the bank, it's a public secret, you will lose money due to inflation. But with EstateX Pay, you now have the solution to actually earn enough income, but at the same time being able to make that so liquid that you can do payments with it. Now with EstateX University, we are working with A-list celebrities for promotions and global reach to get more audience. Here you see my business partner with Snoop Dogg, Tiffany Haddish, and Paris Hilton, where we're working with their foundations to promote financial literacy that's currently lacking in schools. Because obviously in schools, it's very good if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, but it does not teach you how to be an entrepreneur, right? It does not teach you how to make money, how to save money, or anything about financials. So we offer financial literacy courses to the people that do not get them in schools, need them, such as disadvantaged youths, and being able to promote the EstateX solutions in that as well. Now, if we go to the two-token ecosystem, our PropX is our security real estate token, where with PropX that basically represents your real estate investments. And this is a regulated security token. This token is approved by financial regulators beforehand. And if you buy a real estate, that's what you buy. Now the ESX token is the lifeblood of the EstateX ecosystem. And we are developing our own L1 RWA chain, which is coming out in the end of the year, in December, where we've already signed some huge names. More about that later in the presentation. But it's the main token of which all ecosystem assets get tokenized on that chain. But at the same time, we have been thinking long and hard for a long time is how do we actually make this even more worth it for our investors? And 20 to 35% of EstateX company revenue flows back into the ESX token. And that creates a possibility where you are able, even during a bear market, see positive token performance. Not saying that you won't feel the effect of a bear market, let's not be naive. Every project will feel the effect of a bear market. But it does create the possibility of one of the only few tokens on Earth where you're actually able to get positive price action. Because if the company does well, that is not dependent on bear or bull or market cycles in Web3, you still have massive revenue inflow within the token itself, making it a interesting, let me keep it like that, an interesting token offer. Now, we've spoken a little bit about our platform, which is a seamless transition from Web 2 to Web 3, where I told you about the swiping opportunities, being able to basically buy real estate like it's a mix between Tinder and Amazon. Very simple and user-friendly interface. We've worked so long on the back end that it's so seamlessly and easy to use of the front end that even Sharon, the single mother from Manchester, 30 years old, that does not know anything about wallets or crypto, but she does know how to order an Uber. And that's the same thing. We have the same user flow and the same familiarity that is so easy to use. Now, the EstateX app will go live later during the first quarter, I have to say, first quarter of next year. So stay tuned for that. And then something about our ecosystem, which is also very interesting, is our L1 RWA chain. And here we are able to offer some things that basically when we started tokenizing 5 years ago, we've tried many chains. We've tried Ethereum. Obviously, there are more RWA chains now, but we've tried Polygon, we've tried Solana. But with a lot of these chains, there's always something that doesn't work. It's either our regulatory umbrella within Europe is not able to make use of this chain, or it's the gas fees on Ethereum were too high, or the custodian didn't want to touch a Solana chain. So it was always something that didn't work. And then we started developing our own L1 RWA chain with all the solutions that basically we wanted to have when we started tokenizing. We are able, under the German Electronic Securities Act, to give out regulated tokenization security sets via a partner of ours, where we're basically able to prove ownership of an asset into a smart contract that is registered on the blockchain, basically proving that you own that asset. So the legal umbrella for the US and the EU, once you start tokenizing on our chain, whether that be in institutions, whether that be a project, and that's also something that the UE government is interested in, for example, we're able to provide them capital from outside of their own country. And for new projects, it's very interesting because it creates the possibility to not need to go through the years of regulation and licensing processes that we have been through. You're able to use our regulatory umbrella. Furthermore, we're launching an RWA launchpad with the hottest RWA projects. So if you're a project that wants to raise, you're able to raise through our community. And the same for security tokens for the right offerings. We can offer you full incubation on as well the Web 2 side for connections with family offices, legal providers, the tech, such as white label technology that we have, the tokenization, but also on the Web 3 side with marketing, how we did it 30x, how we got all the biggest influencers in the space, and much, much more. So if you look at the feature matchup of the L1 RWA blockchain that we are launching compared to the other RWA chains currently out there, such as Ava Labs, Hedera, Mantra, Plume, and much, much more, you will see that we have basically much more components that are needed for RWA and actually met the needs of these providers. So what we actually deliver, the ESX blockchain, is decentralized, truly decentralized, but also legally compliant. Skill that grows with you, because we are adding and working towards multiple L1s settled by a layer 0 settlement chain. That's basically what we're working towards. We're able to offer skill that grows with you. Seamless live upgrades, zero knowledge compliance. So we have ZK KYC built into the chain to make sure that the KYC data can be shared more and more easily, and much, much more. So basically what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is an all-in-one RWA ecosystem with everything that anyone needs around RWA, whether that be institutions that needs white label technology, whether that be an investor that wants to make use of our investment platform and the solutions that we offer, or whether that be the institution that wants to get their assets on chain. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, I think a lot of people have received a flyer. Please scan the QR code there. And I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Bart.